Hello friends, and welcome to a new video. In this one I'm going to be setting up my Hobonichi Techo cousin for 2025, and I have everything here laid out so that we can kind of go through how I plan to use my planner and also use it as a journal. But let's go ahead and get started. So I have my bookmarks here. These are what I typically use sometimes to kind of mark where I am in terms of journaling or the functional pages. So we'll just kind of set these aside. These are for stenciling random things. Hopefully that's pretty visible, and I'll set that aside. I also have sticky notes. I have here actually these are not sticky notes, it's just a little notepad that I got from Sticky Club. This is a Zig Clean color dot marker, and this is in the color Summer Sun. This one is in the color Pink. This one is in the color Denim. This is such pretty blue. This is the color Ocean, and this is Red, and this color is Kiwi. So all those colors are going to be using for my mood tracker. And this one is going to be the title for my mood tracker. This is in the color Hyacinth. I've noticed that ever since I got my period back that my mood has been like a roller coaster. It's never been like this before, so I just kind of want to keep track and be able to reflect on, was it hormones, was it something else, that I can cross-reference with my journal as well. So this is another stencil. I'm just going to set that aside. I have these that I got this year. These are the Uni Style Fit pens. I don't know if it's like ballpoint or what kind of pen this is, but it shows up nice and bright, and I think it dries relatively quick. Kind of over my Coletto pens. I still have these, the High-Tech C Coletto. They don't dry. They still transfer even. I was messing around with an old Hobonichi, and I had my hand on some writing, and the writing transferred onto my hand, and it's like 3 years old, this writing. So to me, I'm just like, well, let's give these a shot and see how it goes. And then I also have my Sleepy, like a, what do you call it? A paperclip. That took me too long. That one's been following me around for a while. Also got that from Sticky Club. For now, I'm just gonna stick, I wonder if this fits here. Ooh, oh my gosh, fits like a glove. Get that hair out of the way. I will stick this other one there. And then these go in this direction. Nope. That might change, we'll see. So I'm gonna start by doing my mood tracker. So I've kind of gone through and planned what I'm going to be doing here. So I have little notes starting with my mood tracker. Also, I gotta say, I don't know about, like, I've seen dupes of these on Amazon, and I gotta say I've had these for years now, and they are still super juicy. Wonderful, wonderful quality. So highly recommend them. I pushed a little bit too hard there to start with, but I also really like the gradient in color when you kind of push hard versus push lightly. So these are wonderful, wonderful markers. So for my mood tracker, it's really nothing, worthy of breaking the internet. It's just, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take these markers and put a dot depending on how I was feeling for that particular day. I'm kind of rethinking it right now. Yeah, I'm kind of rethinking if I'm going to be using the Zig Clean color dot markers, or if maybe I should be using these pens, or even something like my Uni Jetstream multi-pen. because this is something I use pretty much exclusively with my planner. And then everything else that I use for writing is just basically for fun. But I'm kind of thinking about whether or not to use my Zicklin color dot markers, because that means I'm gonna have to either be carrying them around or I'm gonna have to come to my desk every time. I'm gonna have to think about that. In the meantime, I'm gonna make my little legend here. Alright, so hopefully you could see that. I have kind of two happy face, a neutral face, an angryish face, and a sad face. I feel like I forgot a sad. Yeah, I forgot actually a sad face. This is my like anxious face, I guess. Already it's going great. I'm gonna think about the colors for this and I'll probably come back to that in just a bit. In the meantime, I have here, this is drying paper, blotting paper. So hopefully it won't be too bad with these pens. So let's go ahead and move on to the next section, which is my chore tracker. And this is where my Style Fit pens come into play. All right, so I'm gonna start by, actually, I'm gonna take this off the cover. This cover, by the way, I think it's from 22 or 23. I don't remember. I think it might have been 22. Don't exactly remember, but yeah, also from Hobonichi's website. Alright, so this is what I will be using to keep track of the things that I've done, like typically chores. It's kind of nice to help keep me on track with what needs to get done, what hasn't been done in a while, and I can refer back to when the last time I did the certain thing was. And in particular, I want to be better about brushing my dog's hair and cleaning the stove. And they definitely have fallen by the wayside. Sometimes we forget about the plants, so oh crud. I just realized oh man. This is not going very well. It's kind of funny too, I thought it was strange that I had an extra opening and I wasn't prepared for it, which is why I used the black color, but I should have started on the second. I should have started on the second one. I don't know. I'll go back to this also at another time. This is going fantastically so far. And I believe these bookmarks are the Midori Chirato index tabs or something like that. I don't exactly remember what they are, but I will put a link in the description below to if you are interested in getting some. I think they come in silver and like a coppery rose gold or something like that. So I love how thin they are, and they don't make a lot of bulk for the planner, and they fit these Hobonichi pages just perfectly because they are so thin. I could probably fit a couple more pages in this, but let's go ahead and jump to the next section. I left this section at the bottom blank. Normally this is where I have my legend for what each color represents, but I decided this year instead I'm going to write it up here and leave this space blank for, I don't know, potentially a sleep tracker or something else. I haven't quite decided what exactly I'm going to be using this space for. If you have any ideas or suggestions, I'd be glad to consider that. But for now, I'm just going to leave this as is, and I'll come back to figure out what I'm going to do about my little mistake that I made. All right, so zoomed out for a second. I thought I might do the little sidebar that I normally have done in my past planners. But for now, I think I'm just going to leave it blank and save it for this particular week when it comes to that. I am going to put a bookmark so that I have well, technically an index tab. So I have my tab all set up. And I'm going to leave this in here for future me. All right, so I have decided what I'm going to do is I'm going to use, I just picked these up in the order that I got them all out of order. Anyway, I'm going to be using my new pens to indicate my mood. All right, so I have decided as far as my mood tracker goes, I'm going to be using my new Style Fit pens because they are nice and thin, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to order a pen body to put the refill into the pen body, so I only have to carry one alongside either my Jetstream or my Pilot Friction pen. Haven't quite decided, but I will certainly try to look for a pink pen body because why not? But yeah, these are the colors I'm going to use to indicate my mood. All right, so hopefully that makes sense. So if I start off January 1st as being sad, then I'm going to be using this blue color and fill that in. The reason I actually went with my pens instead of the Zig Clean Color dot markers is, say I have a day where it's like half and half, then I can at least go in and fill in half, kind of do like, you know, half like this, and then maybe I got happy by the end of the day, so I can do something like that. In years past, something I used to do is print out a grid page to tape into here, but I'm actually just going to leave these pages. I rarely even used those blank pages anyway. And I also have this notebook. I have a few of these, so, and I have other notebooks, so I feel like if I need extra note pages, then I would use something separate than the back of my planner. Again, because I rarely even use them in the first place, and now that this is in English, it might be kind of fun to read through from time to time anyway. So I'm just going to leave these pages alone. I haven't quite decided what to do with my 365 days check off sheet. I think I've seen some people use this as a mood planner, but I'm not entirely sure exactly what I want to use this for. However, there is a page that I skipped by that I do want to use, and this is for recipes. I always like to write my recipes down, even though I make them over and over. I also write notes to myself, and then I actually write what page it's on or what day it's on, so I have it to reference. Actually, before I do that, let's do, again in this purpley color, I think it's hyacinth. I'm very much out of practice with my hand lettering, so please forgive me. I'm going to stick this index tab toward the middle of the page, which helps me kind of know that this is a tab that's in the back of the book, as if I couldn't see it from the top down anyway. All right, so I've decided that I'm just gonna leave everything as is, and it's not like the front plants are getting watered all that often. So, and either way, if they are, it's just gonna have a check mark, most likely with my Jetstream, which is a very thin, it writes very thinly, so I will still be able to see the day of the week. So it's fine. It's fine. I'll just go over the day of the week, and hopefully I won't make that same mistake, or maybe I will enjoy how it looks and how it works and do it again for the second half of the year. However, for now, it's just we're going to persevere. I think that's the theme of today's video, I think, is perseverance, because I feel like I've just made so many mistakes already in setting up my planner. So that is the functionality component to my planner. As far as making it pretty, I'm not going to really use too many stickers or washi tape to decorate the front, since I am going to be using the cover on it. I'm going to go ahead and put it in here. I'm going to stick my blotting paper right there. I have this section already set up. I'm going to set aside my Style Fit markers, and I'm just going to stick this guy in here for now. I forgot also that I wanted to stick in my little notebook in here. Let me try something real quick instead of that way. All right, I like that so much better than just the one side. And this gives this very first page a little bit more stability by putting the tab along with this very first page. It's a little bit thicker than the rest of the pages. And then as far as my notebook goes, okay, so yeah, I like this so much better. So I put the cousin in both slots, I guess. I don't know how to say it, which makes it really nice to open up to. And then I have my notebook in sharing the same slot as the back cover of the Hobonichi cousin. I don't know why I keep calling it Hobonichi cousin when you know what it is. And I'm gonna stick the blotting paper in that corner. Just got an idea for what to do with the bottom part of this, and I think I'm gonna make it so that it's like a tracker of things that I've done for myself rather than for everybody else, because self-care is very important. My mental health has not been so great. I think I already said that, but I can't remember. Anyway, my mental health hasn't been so great, so I think I could look back and see, like, have I made any time for myself to make sure that my cup is getting refilled. Let me think about how I'm going to do this, do some me time stuff here, maybe even some of the yearly stuff. I don't know. I'm going to think about it for a sec. All right, so I thought I had started recording, but I didn't. So what I decided actually to do with this bottom section is instead of doing things or having a tracker for things that I want to do for myself, I'm actually going to just do a tracker for things that I want to get done on a monthly, quarterly, and yearly basis. I also said to please not judge me on my out of practice hand lettering, but it's not half bad, you know what I mean? And then I started writing down the things that I needed or wanted to get done here for each section. So that is basically what I'm doing right now. And hopefully I keep recording and another thing doesn't go wrong. Alright, so here's my little list. Ignore the fact that I don't know how to spell cabinet, and hopefully I will ignore it in the future as well and not let it bother me. I also didn't think this one entirely thoroughly because, especially with the monthly one, if I get something done in a particular month, how exactly am I going to annotate it? Am I going to write the letter of the month? I don't exactly know quite yet or have a plan. But at the same time, I do like that this is written down and I do have a reference for whether or not I need to do a thing, and if hopefully I can remember to do that thing. Anyway, this is where I'm gonna end the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions for me, or like I said, any suggestions, I would be happy to hear them. But for now, yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you in my next one. I hope you have a wonderful day and a wonderful 2025 to come. Bye.